Alright boys, I'm back. Sorry for the 1 week hiatus, but I had a few things to get done over this past weekend. I know a lot of you are discouraged given the fact that 8 teams in the league have lost at least 3 games thus far. Let me shed some light on the playoff picture here. The fact that only 4 teams are in good position means that regardless whether you've won a game or not, you are at most 1 or 2 games out of a playoff spot. In fact, you're 1 or 2 games out of 5th place in the league. With half the season left, everybody's got a shot. Let's jump into this week's game-by-game predictions. Game 1, myself, the Magical Unicorns versus the Situation. It's a key game for both teams, being that they're 2-3, struggling to get back to 500. The hamstring pull of Joseph Addai was a killer, and I've got Phillip Rivers and Nate Washington watching the game from home, given that their bye week is week 6. Matty has a little situation of his own, though, as his team sits ravaged by injury. He doesn't have the firepower to get it done. I got the win this week. Game 2, Spackler Vermin versus Ben Bathroom Brothel. This was the week I picked Spackler to get upset. Unfortunately, the key injury to BenJarvus Green-Ellis is going to come back to haunt Dean. Also, the fact that Tim Hightower's lack of production due to Ryan Terrain's new uptrend is really going to come back and hurt him. Robbie may be 4-1, but let me note he has scored less points every single week from the previous week. Somebody's on a slide. We need to turn it around, my friend. Game 3, the Denver Players versus Balco Labs. Although it may seem Balco could shit out a gold nugget these days, I caution your optimism. I think the fact Chris Johnson and Beanie Wells are out, last year's champ is very hungry to get back into the mix of things. Wallace and Holmes struggled to find pay dirt, and Ahmad Bradshaw absolutely rips apart the Buffalo defense. And this week's upset of the week, I take Brad Underwood. Game 4, C.A. Isom versus More Important Than Sex. This seems to be pretty darn easy. Ray Rice and Frank Gore are going to absolutely go off. Des Bryant struggles to back up a strong performance with 2 touchdowns the previous week. Both teams need a big win, but I see Sheldon coming up big. He may be getting a little sweet out in San Francisco, but he's got enough to get it done this week. Finally, Drinking Fortes versus Team Landando. I've been tough on Magoo all year. This week's no different. Aaron Rodgers is a fantasy god, and Don Juan Landando is going to ride this love affair all the way to the promised land. I like the pickup and cruise from Jim. It's not enough. Team Landando gets the win and moves into first place in the power rankings this week. Please check out the first Baby Knows Best for this week's Game of the Week.